Hey guys, this week in Art Club with Miss Burford, we'll be decorating decoupage hanging eggs. You'll need these 6cm plastic eggs, I will link them below, a selection of napkins in a variety of different patterns, ribbon, Mod Podge, a sponge spreader and some scissors. Okay, so yes, there is some prep involved in this art lesson, but I promise you it's satisfying and it's something that you can do in front of the TV one evening. So with your different napkin designs, you'll want 3 or 4 napkin designs to give the children some choice, and most napkins are either 2 or 3 ply. So this means that they are 2 or 3 layers thick. We just want the top layer, so we need to get rid of the bottom layer or bottom 2 layers. And to do this, you just need to rub them between your fingers. It can be a bit fiddly and take a little while to do, but this is why we prep it at home. And when you've done each napkin, just fold it up ready to use in the classroom. That is the prep finished. And as you can see, this one was already used partially, this napkin. We used this in the lesson from where I did this before and the children loved it. So you're going to cut out different parts of your design in your napkin. So this one has different flowers, so you'll want a different variety of sizes of flowers, or you could cut out the polka dots if you wanted a spotty egg. But I'm going for a flowery egg, and you'll find that cutting smaller sections around the flowers are much more effective, because otherwise if your sections are quite large on your egg, they will go wrinkly when you put the glue on. So keep your cutout sections quite small, and you'll notice that I'm not being too particular about cutting around the flowers. As long as I have a whole flower on each of my sections, I'm happy. If you notice, the background of my napkin is white, so my egg is white as well, so this will disguise nicely when it's all finished. That's the trick to this, is you want a plain background and not a coloured background really. Cut out several flowers or whatever you've got on your napkin, so you may have rabbits, you may have eggs, you may have polka dots, you may have flowers. You decide what you want to choose as your theme for the children. Some of mine had rabbits and they were super cute, but cut out a good selection and you will need more than you think, trust me. The next step that I find easiest to do is to loop your ribbon through your hook on your egg and just tie a little knot at the end. This will give you something to hold on to when we do the next step. So when I'm adding the decoration to the egg, I'm holding where that hook is at the bottom of my egg, and then you've also got the stability of the ribbon to hold as well between your first finger and your thumb. And just using your spreader, add your Mod Podge over your egg and just do a large section at a time. So I did about 1/3 of the egg on this bit. And then you can start adding your cutout pieces from earlier. So you can see I've got a large one to start with. I've placed it on top of the Mod Podge and then going over it to flatten it down and smooth it with another layer of Mod Podge. Yes, it is white at the moment, but it will dry clear. And then simply keep adding your design around your egg until you've filled it up. This second one didn't go quite right for me. It started to run away from me. Then I tried to move it back and it got all squashed up, and then it just kept getting stuck to my finger. So even though I tried to reposition it, I just simply pulled it off and took it away and put that to one side. So I didn't use that one. But that is the beauty of this, you can quickly rectify your mistakes. So I just got another flower to add on here, and then I just kept going. If you want to, you can layer up your design. However, because I didn't cut around the edges neatly, you'll have white areas and it'll look a bit funny. So if you've cut yours really neat, which will take a bit longer, then you can of course layer them up. The other thing is, if you want to mix and match napkin designs, of course you can do that. We did that. But I just chose napkins with a white background, or napkins with a very pale background so you couldn't see the join-in seams. Keep going until you've covered the whole egg, so you'll want to do the base of the egg and at the very top as well. as when you use the Mod Podge it will flatten down any of the edges that are sticking up and create a nice smooth surface for your egg. When you are finished, simply hang it up somewhere to dry. At school we hung ours on a fake palm tree, and at home I hung mine on the window, on the handles. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more art lessons like this every week and other art related content every now and then. See you next week for more Art Club with Miss Burford.